Naibaga bigat to all our Ilocano viewers out there. I'm Ferdi Salvador.
Happy Tuesday. I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi.
And I'm Chal Lontoc. Welcome to the Daily Dish.
We'll give you an hour of solid discussions with our guests and tackle interesting stories that matter to you. It is Ice Cream Tuesday today.
Look at those fans, Ferdi.
You know what?
Hit the like button.
I'm trying my best to be proactive with our color scheme this week.
Following to a T.
When I got out of my house, I said to myself, I look like strawberry and pistachio ice cream.
And then I
Yummy.
am Ube ice cream, my favorite. And Chal is?
Okay, what could I be? A strawberry muffin?
You're Melonia.
Melonia.
Yeah. But I said
Ice
to
cream.
myself also, aside from looking like ice cream, I look like I just stepped out of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the series.
We look like
in
we...
West Philadelphia,
Because-
born and raised.
We chose happiness and kindness this Tuesday.
We do that every day here on the Daily Dish. We always are kind. And anyway, this is the first time I've seen people compliment Ferdi also on his colors. Because people, when Ferdi walked in Bilyonaryo, Sir Ferds, ngayon lang kita nakita na nakaganyan, light colors.
I haven't been able to wear these pants in 15 years.
Oh, it
Well,
looks
we
good.
have a few days before the rain really starts kicking in. So summer all you want for the next few days.
So
Okay,
yeah,
talk
thank
about
you, Chal.
fashion, Momo.
Yes, so have you guys seen this? Dior, they unlocked the core childhood memory. Do you remember
I
this
love
book?
this.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. So Jonathan Anderson released
I
his
love
latest
it.
collection with the Hungry Caterpillar all over. I love it.
This one I approve of. It goes with, you know, how things or how the younger generation love bringing back
Nostalgia.
the past. Nostalgia. There you go.
Yes. Look at that. I wonder what other books they can bring back.
I
That would
don't
be
know,
so
but
cute.
this is like really in reference to
dog.
childhood, but it's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll
Do you like it,
buy
Ferds?
It's really not me.
Would
but
you?
It's really not me.
I feel like it's a
No?
collector's item. Like, see, like the keychain at least, it's very subtle, and like the plates. But maybe the bag, that's
Subtle
like...
pa ba yun?
No, but I
Compared to
would.
Chal.
I would
Dior.
because I grew up and reading these books or knowing these books, and I read them to my kids before. So yeah, I'm totally for this. Maybe what book could be next? They've been doing this
The
with
Little
fashion. The
Prince.
Little Prince.
Oh, the
They've
Little
done
Prince.
this.
They have
That
been
one
doing
for
it.
us, I
Yes,
can
they've done that too.
Well, talking
Cute.
about children, from Dior to
Yes.
first class, a New York City mom refuses to fly privileged kids first class to build character, and I'm all for this.
Have you guys heard about Jessica Simpson getting bashed? Is it Jessica Simpson online?
Yes.
When she's the one flying first class
And the
her
kids are in coach.
kids are in
Yeah, so
coach.
how do you guys feel about that?
I'm all for
kinda,
it.
really, I'm half and half. I feel like if you could afford to get yourself
No, but look, child, like
But-
for example, like it's just me and my kid. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm not gonna put her in the back because wala akong kasama. So
Yeah.
I'd rather fly with her in the back. Wow.
Really,
it's hard to
Ferdi?
believe. It's hard to believe. But
No.
also, some people do say, and this one also makes sense, well, why am I not flying business class? Maybe a kid would say, well, because are you doing business, honey? No.
That's true.
So
I'm for both. I'm like half-half. Like sometimes I think like if they have milestones, they can
Yes.
fly first class. But for the most part, I think they should fly economy and just learn like the hard way. Because if you keep flying first class with your kids, they get spoiled. And then the second they're in
And they
economy,
expect it.
which I know a few people like literally I won't name who, my family, my cousins would fly first class and then they fly economy and they're like, oh, this is. What's happening here? So imagine, like, you have to train your child to get along with everybody in all kinds of classes.
It's tit for tat. Nice that they experience. I agree, once in a while, some sort of luxury. But if it's a group of kids, like if you got 4 kids, there's nothing wrong with that. At least they're all together.
Yeah, that's okay for them to fly economy.
Yeah.
I think there's also a lot of talk on when you should fly economy and business class. For some people, of course, if you can afford it, go
Long
all
haul.
the way, long haul.
6 hours
There we
or
go.
more
There
is the
we
way
go,
to go.
yes.
That's my
Yeah.
rule. If it's
Same
more than
here.
6 hours.
I mean, for
yeah.
domestic flights, I really
No
don't
need.
mind economy.
You know what?
an
For
hour, 2
domestic
hours.
flights, I really mind
I
because
really-
it's so mahal.
It
So-
doesn't really add up.
It's only an hour to fly economy.
An hour to
like,
2
you won't
hours,
die.
yeah. So it just makes sense. And same thing with the kids, to
Yeah.
make them experience it. Unless that I don't see much difference, especially with their local airlines right now when it comes to business class. Better seats, but maybe just a little more food and you're done in an hour. So yeah.
Gotta put character in them. Well, anyway, speaking of character, we have a Pope that has the best character.
I love that. I love that
segue.
segue.
Thank you so much.
Tuesday, choose your best segue.
Thank you so much.
So we actually talked about this before, that this was going to happen, and now it has happened. Pope Leo calls for AI to be, and the word was disarm. Interesting choice of word.
I wonder why disarm.
Yeah, well, also because AI has been used as a weapon or has been weaponized in certain parts. And this one goes with him because he is actually partnered with Anthropic, who is known for Claude, the AI, and they were the ones who actually refused a huge billion-dollar deal with the US government because AI could be used as a surveillance and weapon. And it's just interesting because how do you guys feel about our Pope tackling about topics like this? So it used to be no politics or the church and state should be separated. Now it's talking about AI and giving us guidelines.
I'm
so
all
how do you
for
guys-
it. I love that he's speaking out.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody on the other side of the fence. However, I think it should also be thought of as a tool to be able to gather more people back into the Catholic Church.
To use AI as a tool as well. Well, yeah, it's not fully clear yet how they're going to be doing it. Of course, AI is here to stay. We can't take it out anymore. And it has its own benefits, of course, and it's been helping a lot of people. But also, it could go both ways. So interesting that they're tackling this.
Yeah.
Well, what else are we tackling here at the Daily
Well,
Dish?
there's going to be we've got really cool guests today on the Daily Dish. But let's see what's going on here. But you know what, Mo
Before,
has to talk about
I
this.
have to talk about this because it just popped up on my feed and I'm so excited for them. So the New York Knicks, congratulations! They won the Eastern Conference!
Okay, I'll clap.
So they're advancing to the NBA Finals. So that's going to be either against OKC or the Spurs. I think the game is tomorrow. But guys, this is the first time they advanced since 1999. Imagine, 27 years.
Look at
they
them all
haven't-
spirited and passionate about
Do you
this.
think
Yeah, I'm so
Timothy
excited.
Chalamet's happy?
Yeah, he was watching the Knicks game.
They got
he was
booed.
there. But whatever, he was. Listen, haters are the motivators. It's fine. But quick fact,
Have a
guys.
cookie.
Jordan
And then-
Clarkson, who's half Filipino, he plays for the Knicks.
Oh, we
so,
do have
yeah,
that?
we got Filipino representation.
That's correct. Let's go, buddy.
So I
We're
just
gonna be
wanted to
watching
say-
out for you.
And New York right now is a pandemonium. You should see New York.
And look at
They
me with
had
all my
security.
silence, just trying to get along with all of this.
Yeah, they had security. They
That
literally
security.
were prepping them.
They're prepping them in case the New York Knicks wins or loses. You know what I mean? Anyway.
congrats to New
learning about
York.
basketball today. Well, today at the Daily Dish, we have a returning guest. And we said we would have her back here in the studio because of our very informative and quite bitin conversation with her before on managing stress, and even more so when it came to us talking about life cycles.
Yeah, we need this.
Yes. So stick around because former tech CEO turned sleep specialist, balanced life strategist, and leadership mentor Dinah Salonga will teach us ways to relax. We all need this today with what's going on everywhere. Recharge and live life to the fullest.
And we'll also be showing a special interview with frontman of the Irish rock band The Script, Danny O'Donoghue, about their upcoming
Woohoo!
concert here in the Philippines. Did you see? I got
I
to sing
saw
with him
you.
yesterday.
Yes.
Guys, I was so kilig, and that was the first time I sang.
Yes.
So yeah, we're serving you all that ice cream and more here on the Daily Dish. We'll
Stay
be
with
right
us.
back.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish. We are excited to bring back one of the guests 3 months ago who oriented us well on the value of sleep, not only to recharge and allow our bodies to repair, but to also help us set and achieve the right goals in life.
Joining us again in the studio is sleep and burnout specialist and leadership mentor Dinah Salonga, who came in with the right colors.
Yes.
Matching all of us today.
I know, right?
Hello,
Yeah.
Dinah. Nice to have
We're
you
in
back.
sync.
Back,
Yeah.
right? But before we begin our discussion, some of the takeaways we had during our previous guessing here was quality of sleep or having deep sleep is more important than the duration and that you attain. That by having regular time to sleep, wearing an eye mask, or making your bedroom dark, and avoid eating at least 2 hours before going to bed.
Right.
You also mentioned that sleep deprivation may lead to lack of focus, poor decision making, and serious health conditions like anxiety, depression, and death. And I am triggered because I only had 5 hours of sleep last night. This is me. So let's talk about that. Let's get to sleep.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Okay.
first off, maybe you could tell us when it comes to sleep, how does that contribute to stress? Is
Yes,
it correlated?
Major causes.
Well, if you are stressed, you won't be able to sleep. And
True.
lack of sleep also adds to your stress.
So it works both ways.
Yes. So
Yeah.
parang circular siya, di ba? Parang chicken and egg. So, but stress is a major contributor to sleep issues. So when you're very stressed, you will find it hard to sleep or the quality of your sleep will not be very good.
You know what? This is a funny thing because today I woke up at 5:30 a.m.
Okay.
and I went back to bed at around 7 because I normally wake up at 8.
All right.
I felt so lethargic, but I'm not stressed.
Uh-huh. But
Why
when
is
you
that?
woke up at 5:30, how did you feel? Did you
Kasi-
feel kulang pa? That's why you went back?
Yeah,
Or,
it's like, why am I awake?
I was going to say early riser.
or it was just parang because you know you usually wake up at 8 that you felt like you had to go back.
Yes.
Pero maybe your body was okay na. Sometimes when you go back in that short time, tapos bitin yung tulog mo kasi may cycles ang sleep.
Aha.
Pag nabitin ka doon, the more you will feel tired.
Okay, I know this is gonna sound like a silly question, but how does one know when they're super stressed out and burnt out? I mean, it's psychosomatic, right?
Yeah. Maraming signs. So you become more irritable. Weight gain is one sign of stress, especially in the midsection.
Oh.
So if
What to
you're
ask Monique?
you're starting to gain weight here in the midsection, yeah, that's a sign that you're stressed because stress triggers cortisol, di ba? The stress hormone.
Interesting. So it's not weight loss.
No, because cortisol, when you have a lot of cortisol in the body, your body slows down metabolism and conserves fat.
Oh.
That's how it works. Kasi cortisol is a stress
OMG.
hormone, di ba? So, when the body works like this, when it thinks you're under stress, it tries to
Compensate.
No, it tries to prevent you from
Okay.
getting hungry. Ang function ng body is survival. That's the main goal. Your brain is to keep you alive. So that it's actually contra to our body to kill ourselves. Kasi it's really the body's natural desire to be alive. So it will do everything it can to save you from hunger.
Right.
So even if you try to starve yourself, it will use up the fat cells, right, in your body. So when you have very high stress, you trigger the body to release more cortisol, which then slows down the metabolism, slows down the digestion, conserves fat. Kasi di naman niya alam kung ano yung cause ng stress mo. Number 1, is it real or is it imagined? Number 2, is it life-threatening? Or is it just a very high credit card bill because you know,
Which is life-threatening.
Also life-threatening.
life-threatening. Yeah.
Interesting. So actually, you could say to a lot of people who are trying to lose weight, one of the first steps that you could also do is to manage your stress.
Correct.
How?
Tama ka dyan.
But before that, sorry,
Yes,
my
yes,
dear.
yes.
Do you have a set of questions you have, like you would like, give examples for people to find out, okay, I'm really stressed.
To assess themselves,
To assess,
yeah.
as opposed to, okay, I'm just gonna get myself
Yeah,
stressed out.
because people do throw out that word easily.
Correct,
Right? Nowadays,
correct.
I'm so
Burnout,
stressed. I'm so
stress,
stressed.
ganon.
Especially
Depressed,
burnout. I
ganyan.
think it's
Yeah,
a
let's
very
go to the burnout.
casual,
Sorry, I just had to ask that.
Yeah.
because it's gonna lead to
casual
your question.
term na burned out. I'm burned out.
Yeah.
Pero not knowing what it really means, diba? So, burnout is it comes from stress. So when you have stress, it can be occasional, one-off. Let's say may project ka, na-stress ka. Or it could be chronic. Ibig sabihin, hindi na siya nawawala. Lagi kang under stress because of the nature of your work, your emotional state, whatever environment you are in, it becomes chronic. Tapos kung hindi na siya pa rin na-address, it can lead to eventually burnout. So, ang burnout naman is merong other components. So, aside from the fatigue, the exhaustion, there's an element of detachment or the wanting to give up. Parang wala ka ng gana.
Is that the next level na
Yes,
after stress?
yeah. So, after chronic stress, when you reach that point where you feel so detached, you don't care, parang wala ka ng ganang pumasok sa office, so you don't care what people think or what's gonna happen to your life, that's already burnout.
So to what Ferdi was saying, what are these questions that we can,
Parang
ask?
to assess?
Yes, to assess.
Oo. So yun, I think you should ask that question is, do you feel like there's no more motivation for you when you wake up in the morning? Like you'd rather not do the work, but you have to? Or do you feel always tired? Do you feel always tired? Are you parang lying down in bed and still answering emails? Mga ganyang questions,
Pero
di
may
ba?
functional stress, meron bang ganon? Na you're still functioning, high functioning,
yeah.
but you're going through
Yes.
all of it.
In fact, when you are chronically stressed, your body does not even know you're stressed. Parang, or you do not even know you're stressed. Parang kinumusta ka, how are you? Are you stressed? No, I'm not. Kasi normal mo na yun.
But
So
isn't it
became your
stressful
new
to
normal.
not be stressed?
Is it not? Is it
Isn't it stressful not to be stressed? Because you're like, wait a minute, why is everything going so well? There's something wrong. Di ba?
As much as I am laughing, I can relate to that. When things are like too perfect, clean, and crisp, it's like,
you
wait,
need you
what's
need
happening?
a certain kind of stress to perform optimally.
Such as?
So ito yung tinatawag nating eustress, di ba? So like athletes, di ba? They perform under pressure. Even artists, when they're in a concert on stage, that's stressful. Hindi madali yan, di ba? Kung concert pianist ka, it's a form of stress, but it's a good kind of stress because it's something you love to do. It's your art.
There's a good kind of stress pala.
Yes.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes, I super agree because I've seen a lot of, for example, not just on human beings, but also with nature, diba? Like for lobsters to grow, they have to get out of their shell
Or
and
pearls.
push, yes, go through so much stress. Same thing with matcha. The leaves
Yeah.
of the tea
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
go through stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you've deciphered that there's good stress and this is bad stress, and if the answer is yes to all your questions about text messaging,
Yeah, yeah.
how do I
Email,
feel,
yeah.
yes, what's the next step? What are we supposed to do?
Okay, so the first thing is to manage your stress, di ba? Yung cortisol levels, how do you bring it down? So may mga techniques naman. May mga medications pa nga. I don't subscribe to taking medications to lower cortisol because it is a hormone that naturally occurs in the body and your body regulates it. So you should regulate what's causing cortisol to rise rather than taking medication to bring the cortisol down, which is really your nervous system. So yung nervous system kasi natin, dalawang klase. We have sympathetic, parasympathetic. Sympathetic is your stress response or your fight or flight, and the parasympathetic is your relaxation response. So the best way to switch from one to the other is your breath.
Breath
Breathing.
work.
Yes.
Okay.
Kasi when you're stressed, observe nyo lang, no? Yung mga viewers natin or kayo rin, when you're stressed, your breathing is shallow.
Yeah,
Shallow.
you're not actually exhaling and inhaling.
Shallow and fast.
Yeah.
So, pagka-relax ka, let's say, nasa bahay ka lang, chill, di ba?
Long drawn.
Long breaths and deeper. Yeah, so your goal is to go from the fast breathing to the slower breathing.
And already I'm breathing slower as you explain it. No, really, I was testing
So
it.
you
diba?
became conscious of
Diba?
your
I became
breath.
conscious of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Something that we forget.
No, people forget to breathe. I
Yes.
forget to breathe.
Or they don't even know they're breathing.
Yeah.
Meron pala nun. Except when your nose is clogged and you can hardly breathe. That's the only time you appreciate now.
No, I'll tell you this.
Humihinga pala
This is
ako.
one time, and now I'm conscious of it because I was riding my horse, and I was jumping, and then all of a sudden I felt really lightheaded. And then my coach saw me, and he said, "Breathe." I said, and then I was not breathing.
You're holding your breath.
Yeah, and he could see it. That's why I was gonna go fall over.
Okay, yeah.
And it works for us to hear when we read the news, when we go through stuff. We have to breathe through it. Sometimes
Yeah.
kasi stressful yung mga balita.
Correct. The other thing that I notice, and I observe this a lot in my clients, whenever I have to teach them how to breathe, a lot of us breathe through the chest. Through the chest. You breathe
Yeah.
like this. Your chest goes up and down. This is stress breathing.
Oh, I thought that's the only way to breathe.
No, you breathe through your diaphragm.
How?
The diaphragm is the part of your body that actually has to bring the air into
Can you
the
teach
lungs.
us?
So when you inhale, your diaphragm has to go out.
Oh,
and inflate.
when you inhale,
Yeah, inhale, inflate, and then exhale, deflate. So para
Exhale,
siyang
deflate.
Yes.
I'm sure our
Para siyang
viewers are
balloon.
like, wait a minute, don't we
Baliktad, yes.
Yeah.
But, and also, we are trained, kasi lalo na yung mga nasa fashion, or you're wearing very tight clothes, women, you always hold your breath, di ba?
Correct.
Pagpapapicture ka, hold the breath, okay, pose, di ba, ganyan. So, yan ang stress. So, when you observe, sino bang tao sa tingin nyo, ang pinaka-less ang stress? Yung mga bata, di ba? When they are born, observe them, how they breathe, the babies. Their bellies go up and down, inhale, up.
All of us
exhale,
here in
down.
the studio are trying to breathe exactly how you're teaching us. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, but interesting. I am sure that our viewers right now are also trying it. That you know, so you have to be conscious of it until such
Teach
time you
yourself.
don't need to be
Yes,
conscious.
you have to rewire your brain.
Where should you breathe? Through your mouth or through your nose?
Nose.
Why?
Nose. Kasi yung nose mo may mga filters yan. Ang mouth wala. Diba? So you breathe through the mouth only when you're barado yung ilong. Or in certain breathing techniques where you can exhale through the mouth.
Like during yoga, sometimes they tell you to
Sometimes
breathe
the teacher will cue you to
exhale.
Yeah, so
through the mouth.
to increase your body temperature.
Kasi the air needs to warm up, it needs to be filtered kasi may mga viruses siya, whatever. Yung nose mo may mga hair, di ba?
Yeah.
So
So,
it
meron
cleans the
siyang
breath.
dinadaanan papunta sa...
Right. So, Dina, when we're going through stress moments, like, you know, of course, it's not anticipated sometimes. Diba? How many minutes do you think we should do a deep breathing, as you said, to calm down?
Actually, alam mo, yung trigger, when you get triggered to a reaction, 90 seconds lang yan eh. So if you can switch your response within 90 seconds,
Breathe kagad.
mawawala na yung stress mo.
So if you notice, when people are before they get mad or they're trying not to get mad, they deep breathe.
Yeah.
There's a slight, yeah.
Okay.
Or exhale. Yung parang, you know what, when we're really stressed or tense, ang natural tendency natin is to exhale out, right? Hi! Parang ganon. And when you do that, parang na-release na yung mga tension mo, di
Oh
ba?
my gosh, I've been doing that. I've turned into my parents.
Unconsciously.
I'm still breathing. But there's different levels of these, right? Like I've seen box breathing.
Yeah,
those
they
ways.
have
But the
different,
simplest way
ano,
is
Yeah, iba-ibang intentions yun eh.
Okay.
Ibang practice naman yung box breathing. Pero pinaka-simple, I feel, observe nyo yung breathing. So pagka the moment na nasa-stress kayo, immediately tune your attention to your breath.
Okay.
Tune.
What's very important, if you don't mind us moving on, is the last time you were here, we weren't able to discuss the 7 cycles of life.
fully and in
Fully.
depth. Oo.
Can we talk about that?
Okay, so I think we discussed a few of the cycles,
Yes.
di ba?
Yes.
So, but bitin.
Yeah, because it's the natural rhythm of
Yes,
your year.
yes.
So,
We talked about the first 4 only.
Yeah, so-
Review us, sige.
So, yung first 4, this is the first one is your power cycle when you set your intention for your new year and it starts on your birthday. The second one is really more for networking, for education, training. The third one is a materialization cycle. So, it's a very good time to start a business, start projects. It's a very fast cycle and your energy is very strong. The fourth cycle is more creative, but it also has a karmic component. So this is the time when you can experience emotional crisis, issues with your relationship, sometimes from the past, yung mga ex mo na nagbabalik, yan, mga ganyan. Alaalang nagbabalik. So the fifth cycle is another materialization cycle, but it's more mental in nature. So a lot of the detailed work that you need to do, computations, designs, analyses, can be done on the fifth kasi that's the natural energy. Yung sixth naman is more spiritual in nature, more inward-looking, good time also to spend with family, take a vacation, and go on a retreat. Spend time on yourself. That's your sixth. And then the seventh cycle is a cycle of destruction. This is a positive destruction phase, so you can start your cycle 1 fresh. Parang pag nagtanim ka, bago magtanim, you have to clear the ground, di ba? Iba pa nga sinusunog. So that's a way of positive destruction. So parang parang spring cleaning. Get rid of all the things you don't need or audit also yourself. What happened to me in the past year? What went wrong? What went right? What can I continue? And what should I stop doing?
Okay, so for the 7 cycles, can you help us match it up to the actual year? So you said power cycle is during or right after your birthday?
Yeah, it's within a year. So your 7 cycles, there's a cycle within the year. There's also
So do
a
you
cycle.
divide that? You just calculate?
Yeah. Then the other cycle is every 7 years.
So it's about 2.5 to
52 days. 52 days, more or less.
52 days per cycle.
Yeah.
So I have to backtrack na.
Yeah, I kind
From
of
your
have to review.
birthday.
It's very interesting,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually doing a workshop on it.
to be able to teach
Tomorrow.
it
Yeah.
and apply
Okay.
it.
7 cycles.
Okay, how is it beneficial for us if we're aware of these cycles? How do we use it to our advantage?
Very good question. You use it to plan your year. Kasi minsan tayo, we take a vacation when it's our lucky time. When we should be working hard to close deals, to start projects. Ikaw, nasa beach.
Ba't ako? I work in the travel
Nagbabakasyon.
industry, so laging bakasyon ang benta.
Diba?
So that's why timing is important.
Timing.
Is
So it's
very
all about timing.
important. Or when do you start a business? I set up 2 companies on my bad cycle and I really felt the difficulty.
So I actually
Before
saw...
I learned this.
I actually saw one of your interviews and you mentioned Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about that quickly.
She always gets married in the wrong cycle.
Because
Yes.
she gets married close to her birthday, which is the worst time to get married.
Why?
Kasi nga, the cycle before your birthday, the energy of that cycle is destruction.
Destruction. So dapat malayo-layo sa birthday.
Yeah. On the
Okay.
cycle 1, okay. Pero 7 is a destructive phase.
52 days of
Yes,
this.
especially the 2 weeks before your birthday.
So right now, I'm my 30th, almost close to 30. Tomorrow's my 30th day since my birthday.
Oh, you're in a very good cycle.
Power cycle. Did I get it right?
Power cycle.
So when you
How
say
old were you on your last birthday? Secret. Bulong mo na lang sa akin.
41. Okay. Okay.
Mamamali yung analysis ko pag mali yung binigay. Okay. So, last birthday mo yon?
Yeah.
So, okay, 2. You're a 2, 2-1. So, it's a good time for you to build a lot of network and establish good relationship throughout the entire year.
But Ferdi always has a network. It's everywhere, every day, a web of it. Okay, now you also
Network
mentioned...
is his middle name.
Yes, Ferdi Network, also this network.
Bilyonaryo News Network.
Okay, you also mentioned not just the entire year, but also every 7
Every 7 years,
Okay,
yeah.
what about that?
So, ganun din. The same energy, but for an entire year. That's why, di ba yung mga turning points natin sa age 7, di ba? Usually sa Chinese, celebrate nila yung
Yes.
7th birthday. Kasi parang, okay, tapos ka na dun sa first 7 years mo. Okay, and then 14 is usually a turbulent time for teenagers, di ba? 21, 28, 35.
Tell me about it.
Do you have one in that?
42,
40, I'm not saying she's very
49.
good, but
is it
40.
related?
49. Yung 48 to 49 is a very difficult year.
You're so correct.
Oh, there you go.
48 to 49. Yeah,
It's
people
a
are agreeing in the
very
studio.
difficult year.
But you know what? Not that I've experienced it or anything like that.
42 ka pa lang, di ba?
No, I wanted to find out though, is it related to it, the 7-year itch? Wala lang, kasi 7 years din siya eh.
Could be.
Could be also.
Kasi, di ba, that's the time people leave the relationship.
Yes, yes.
So milestones, like for example, like Chal's turning 50. So that's a good thing for her. Is that 50 for her? Okay.
So actually, 49 to 50, yun yung cycle 1.
So good years.
Pag nag-49 ka na, yun,
You're
tapos
listening to
ka
this
na.
well, this
tapos ka
advice.
na sa tapos ka na dun sa critical. Can you imagine, 49, bakit siya mas mahirap? Kasi it's the 7th cycle of the 7. Di ba? 7 times 7 is 49.
Yeah.
So, yun
Doble,
yung
doble.
and then, before your 49th birthday is another 7. So, 777 ka before your 49th
I always
birthday.
thought 777 was lucky.
So, difficult talaga yan time na yan. A lot of challenges. Physically, you might get sick.
Did
Emotionally.
you get challenges?
As a 50-year-old woman. Well, I want to find out, now that we know these things, how can we actually
Weather
be prepared
it.
and weather it?
Prepare
Yes.
for it. For us, so we recommend that you go to healing kung kailangan. Especially if you're sick, these cycles can bring back yung mga sakit mo. Kasi it can be karmic period for you, and you can be challenged physically, emotionally, mentally. And you can also, in advance, do more good, di ba? So prepare for it by doing good. So offset the bad by doing good. Render service, di ba? Magganyan. Or magkawang gawa. Yan.
Maybe we should just quickly play a game of when is the right time to do certain things. So for example, when is it the right time to build during that life cycle?
Dun sa good cycles mo, 1, 3, or 5.
1, 3, or 5. Okay.
Those are good times.
What about best time to leave people?
Yun, 7.
Yan.
Mag-resign, mga ganyan.
Mga resign,
Mag-fire ng tao. Yeah, or
7.
break up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Divorce.
Divorce. When is it the best time to celebrate?
Celebrate, I think anytime.
I like that answer,
But
actually.
new
That's the best one.
business.
New business is the 1, 3, 5. Because
1, 3,
those are the money cycles eh. Wag lang, basta wag, 2 okay lang, but it could be a little slow, even 6. They're neutral cycles, but not on a 4 and a 7.
Interesting.
When is it the best time to actually plan for your future? The planning stage, not the action stage.
It should start on your 7th, which is when you audit. So on
Clean
the
house.
Yeah,
Spring
and
cleaning.
talagang you really sit down and audit, diba? If you're in corporate, you do SWOT analysis for your business.
Yes.
Why not do a SWOT analysis for your life, for yourself? What are my strengths? What are my
Right.
weaknesses,
Right.
etc. And so, ano yung kailangan kong tanggalin? What are my habits that are bogging me down? Am I a procrastinator? Do I overeat? Do I not sleep right? Whatever. So, ito yung mga i-audit mo. And then, on the new year, after your birthday, is when you create the plans and implement, execute. Okay, ano ngayon ang strategies ko? Ano yung mga kailangan kong gawin so that I will sleep better, I will eat better, I will take
Breathe
care
better.
of my health. Yeah, and this is like your new year. So that's why, di ba, everybody makes New Year's resolutions on January 1st because it's the new year. But it could be your 7th cycle. So if you make a resolution in January and your birthday is Feb, then the chances of that resolution sticking will be very low because it's your 7th cycle. So
All right.
it's not a general thing, but it's more personalized.
That's a
Dina,
good
you
tip.
know what? Our segment is really kulang once again. But since you're going to be doing seminars or workshops, please invite our guests, our viewers, to go join you.
Okay, I'm doing a 7 cycles workshop tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you can still catch up. I have a few slots left. So you can message me on my channel. You can go to @Coach Dinah Salonga on TikTok and Facebook, and @Dinah Salonga on Instagram. That's with an H. Okay? Or you can email.
Dina, D-I-N-A-H, Salonga.
You can email admin.askdina@gmail.com. Ayan, makuha kaya natin yan. askdina@gmail.com, and you can join us and learn about this and use it to plan your business but also plan your life.
And where is the seminar tomorrow?
It's at the Verb Condo in BGC.
All right.
Wonderful.
Dina, thank you so much for being here again. Chal and I learned so
Yes.
much in this short chat with you. And we hope to go join one of your seminars. and
Please.
workshops. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Exclusive one for you.
I love it. All right. We have more stories for you after the break. Stay tuned to the Daily Dish. I love
Thank
it.
you so much.
All right,
Welcome
sweetie.
back.
Wow.
We were so chaotic before this because we were all asking
We
Dina,
all ran to
what's
Dina."
happening? What's happening? So we need the exclusive workshop she talked about.
But you
'cause
know what? It
I'm
makes
excited.
sense
Yes.
because it's a cycles of life. It's not fortune telling, anything like that. It's about timing.
Yeah, that's why it makes a lot
I
of
mean,
sense.
she makes a lot of sense, and you know, you can remove stress from your life.
I personally like that your life cycle begins with celebrating life because it's your birthday
And any day.
and birth month. Yes, and she answered
Yes.
any day.
Yes.
It's just these things when we learn about them, it's just a good way to use and take whatever you can.
And I like
with your own
it
life.
gives you a timeline, right? So you can better plan your year. No, because I love
Yes.
following. I don't like when there's no structure. So like it really helps when like she says before your birthday, it's destructive. So make sure nothing milestones are there after
Yeah.
our birthday, which you and I right now, like this is the time for us to go all out
Go,
and stuff.
go, go.
So
That's
it's just
why,
a good
like, even my
guide.
siblings are watching Regina and Suki. They're like, oh
Hi,
my
Kuya
gosh.
Siki. Hi, Ate Regina.
Yes, they're like, oh yeah, that's bad. But I shouldn't do it during my birthday's destruction. So it's quite interesting. At least, we can impart to people that there's a way that you can, you can go through
And
life.
this timing
scheduled.
with
Yes.
7 and all the 7s makes me think, in our government, kaya siguro hindi pwede maging 7 years ang isang term. 6 years lang. Kasi pag 7 years, chaotic na, di ba?
That's so
may
good.
symbols red pala.
Pasok siya. Wow,
No,
I love the challenges that's
I think we should
happening.
ask Dina to give them
cycle.
a cycle, a seminar.
No,
di
they
ba?
should have a workshop with Dina lang,
Yeah.
all of them.
It's perfect because, as viewers nga lang, when we watch it, it's so stressful na what's happening.
No, but you
diba?
know what she said that like really I was doing the whole time I was sitting while you guys were doing the interview? The breathing.
I thought it was the weight.
Yeah.
The weight then I was like, oh my gosh, no, that's a different
No, 'cause
topic.
that took me by surprise.
Yeah,
I
same.
didn't know that if I start gaining weight, I'm stressed.
I'm always stressed then because I'm always gaining weight. Okay, so
sweetie,
I
it's the
gotta talk.
turon.
So I gotta talk to Dina.
No, and I like it that, our viewers, all of you who watch The Daily Dish, when you watch this, you really are able to pick up something and try it on the spot. It's nothing fancy.
That's a good insight.
It's just a good thing that while you're watching, you get to breathe along.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference.
But it's crazy,
And what we
like the
want to do is
breathing.
make difference in their lives. That's why please don't forget to follow at Dinah, Dinah Salonga on IG.
Yes, and get that workshop, and I can't wait for our exclusive workshop for
Yes.
that. We'll talk about that more when
And
we
your
finish.
exclusive later.
Yes.
All
So,
right, Momo.
Up next, we had a special interview with the script frontman, Danny O'Donoghue, talking about their upcoming concert here in the Philippines. Don't go away. We'll be right back with that video.
Was it good?
From creating some of the biggest heartbreak anthems of the last 2 decades to selling out arenas around the world, the script continues to evolve with a brand new sound and a brand new era. Best known for iconic hits like Break Even, The Man Who Can't Be Moved, For the First Time, Hall of Fame, among others, the band has long been part of every Filipino's playlist through the years. After returning to Manila last year for a sold-out concert, the band is now gearing up for an even bigger comeback as they bring their Man in the Arena tour to the Philippines this March 2027. And now, frontman Danny O'Donoghue is back in Manila to talk about their upcoming March 2027 concert, their newest music inspired by R&B and hip-hop, and their upcoming album, The User's Guide to Being Human.
And action.
Hello, Daily Dishers, and welcome back. I'm here with the lead vocalist of the script, Danny O'Donoghue, who will be bringing the script back here in Manila in March 2027, and I'm so stoked for your concert.
Yeah.
Welcome, Danny,
Thank
to
you
Manila.
very much for having us.
Of course. So let's talk about this new reinvention era of the script.
Yeah.
From pop rock, you guys are kind of moving towards R&B. And
Little
The
bit,
Man
yeah.
in the Arena. Why that song? To kind of reintroduce you guys to the world.
Kind of exactly the same thing. Reintroduce us again. We kind of that's where our origins, our origin story was. We lived in the States and R&B was around us the whole time. Songs like We Cry. All of our tunes pretty much have either hip hop beat or something like that in it. So this time around, with this new album is very like our first 2 albums, in that it was like hip hop mentality of, okay, well, if we're just like singing the verse on here, maybe I'll rap the verse, but then we'll add melody to it. Or if it's a slow song, why not try and speed it up to make it an up-tempo song? And if it's an up-tempo song, why don't we try and make a ballad out of it?
Yeah.
So we've been using this this frame of mind, but I think there's a little bit more R&B on it again, but people are, it's funny because it sounds almost retro, but people are so dying for something that they can get it, a good beat and dance to, and that has good lyrics.
Yeah.
Because I love modern music, but there's not many things lyrically that I can really grab onto. Everything is a great beat and a melody, but the lyrics sometimes suck.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're trying to right that wrong right now for ourselves.
I'm so stoked. I can't wait to hear the new invention that you guys are coming with. So
Yeah,
when is the
great.
album releasing?
Album's released. Well, it's going to be. You can pre-order it Friday. Pre-save it on Spotify on Friday, and then I don't think you can do because our tickets are on sale for the tour. That happens Friday as well.
Cool.
But we have this mechanic where if you go onto our website and buy the album from the website, you can get tickets before everybody else.
Oh, nice.
So it was just like this whole thing of like, right, so what's going on? The single's out now, the tour's out now, so it's quite confusing. But yeah.
Cool.
Super
Well, I
excited.
was reading how you wrote Man in the Arena, and you talked about President Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah.
How he had a speech that really inspired you. A lot's happening in the U.S., here in the Philippines, just all over the world.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that facing challenges head on is the way to go, instead of just sitting in the sidelines, listening and seeing what happens. So what's your advice, I guess, to people with everything happening right now in the world? What would you say?
Well, the song as well is trying to pay homage to the fact of somebody who's trying hard and someone who is actually gets up off their butt and tries to get into the ring to fight. If you use the boxing analogy, the history does not look back on the people who are laughing at the person who got knocked out. The critics who are like, oh, he got knocked out, ha ha ha. Yeah, but you didn't even get into the ring.
Right, you don't even know how hard it is to be there.
You have no idea to climb in there. So, there's a line in it, so let them talk from the cheap seats because we're the ones that make hearts beat. It basically means from the, the peanut gallery in the side, nobody pays attention to those. The honors and the spoils of the earth and the world and history will always look back on the people who tried. And you can win or lose, but at least you're in there trying. And if you dare, but you still don't make it, at least you dared greatly. At least you dared trying to be great. And that's what the song encompasses. And I got that feeling from the speech from Theodore Roosevelt, and I just made the hair on the back of my neck stand up, and I was like, we need to encapsulate this into a song.
Yeah.
So it turned out it was a really easy single to pick because it just picked itself. It was like, let me go in, let me in the ring, boss, let me go.
Right, put me in, coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's talk about being here in Manila.
Yeah.
Filipinos love heartbreak anthems. Why do you think your songs from the very beginning, why does it resonate with the Filipino people, and why do you keep coming back here in Manila?
Well, because they love us. You don't come back anywhere where they don't like it. No,
Good point.
and also
Touché.
ditto because we've in Ireland we have a lot of Filipino friends as well.
Really?
Yeah. Well, there's so many people over there working in the entertainment industry, working in hospitals and stuff. So as we kind of got famous, more and more famous, there's more and more people on the street coming up to me over there, being like, "Oh, we love you in the Philippines." So we had this massive fan base, the Filipino script family, which kind of got us over here in the first place to make us aware that we have fans here. And we came over 2011, played the Araneta Coliseum, and that's it. We just, every time we write an album, we come, this is one of the first dates that I look for on the diary. It's great.
And everybody's always so excited to have you all.
Yeah.
What's something the Manila fan base surprised you guys the most every time you step on that arena?
How
song
in tune
and
you
sing?
guys are. Everybody's a singer.
everybody can sing.
Everybody can sing here. So I really enjoy listening back to the concert that we have here because we record every night. But the sound of the crowd, it sounds like we hired a choir for the night. Seriously.
Actually, I was just at a concert and they were like, wow, Manila, like every time we come here, we don't even have to sing and do our job. Like we let you do all the singing.
Yeah, go in, back to it. And just hold the microphone out, yeah.
What's their favorite song?
To play live?
Yeah.
Money Can't Be Moved is probably the biggest. As soon as the electric guitar comes, or Break Even. But then again, the Hall of Fame, finishing off on Hall of Fame is pretty good.
I
too, yeah.
love all your songs. I'm such a fan. Now let's talk about Filipino food. Obviously, we can't have an interview with you without talking to you. What have you tried?
Pretty much everything. I don't know. I can't remember names of anything, but
Describe it. Let's see. Let's put it to the
fish.
test.
like like a small fish. It's barbecued. It's crispy.
Dilis. Is
Maybe
that it?
Dilis is really salty.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Or
Yeah, I
Dunket.
had some of that this morning. Doget's is really nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's
But-
an uncommon one. What about for sweets? What have you tried?
For sweets, I don't know. I'm not really a sweet man.
Really? You're not a sweet tooth?
No.
But what's
No.
your favorite of all the Filipino food that you've tried?
I don't know. I can't.
You're so funny. You're like, oh, they're all good. They're okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I don't know anything traditional Philippines.
We have to have you on the show next time, and we're gonna do like a Filipino.
do a
food
do a
thing.
Filipino
Yeah, we'll do
taste
that next
tester.
time. Okay.
Yeah.
So he said that here on air. He's gonna come on our show and try Filipino food with us because our name is the Daily Dish. So
Oh, well, then there you go.
perfect.
'Cause when a heart breaks, no, it don't break.
From heartbreak anthems to a brand new musical era, one thing remains the same: the script's special connection with Filipino fans. And after last year's unforgettable Manila show, fans can once again get ready to sing their hearts out as Danny O'Donoghue and the band return for what they promise will be a bigger, better, and more immersive concert experience this March 2027.
Hi, I'm Danny from the script. You may remember me from such songs as "The Man Who Can't Be Moved" and I'm joking. No, yeah, thank you for all the support over the years. We're going to be playing next year, and we'd love to see you all there for a concert experience that you've never experienced before.
Can you sing a line real quick from Man of the Arena?
Let them talk from the cheap seats. We're the ones making hearts beat. If you're winning or losing, raise your hand, raise your hand.
All right, put me in, coach. After
Yeah,
I hear
let's
that,
go.
I'm like, let's box. Oh, you know I box, so we
Yeah.
can.
Oh, awesome.
We're gonna eat and box. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys March 2027, where we'll be hanging out with Danny some more. Thanks for tuning in.
Wow, you got a new best friend.
He was the
I
nicest. He
know.
was so honestly down to earth. I was so shocked, and I loved him. I'm
Thank
such
you
a
so
fan.
much, Will Bros, for making that happen.
Thank
and to
you.
Miss Grace.
Thank you, Miss Grace.
And to you for getting that interview
Thank
as
you, Miss
well.
Grace, and Glenn from Wilbros for making that happen. You
Okay,
guys are
he
amazing.
needs to be on the show. You made a promise.
He said it on national TV, so he's coming back.
Yeah, we're gonna, buddy,
Taste test
Donnie,
with him.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. And you know what? Again, thank you so much to Dinah Salonga for this. Tomorrow on the Daily Dish, we'll be joined by Aaron Davis and Felipe Marasigan, both from the Philippines national handball team turned male pageant contenders.
Exciting.
That's it for us today, Tuesday. Join us again tomorrow for more Real Talk.
A lot of spilled tea.
With Zero Filter, I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi. Anytime is a good time because it's always more fun with us.
And I'm Ferdi Salvador, always on top of the news and stories that matter most. Midday Report with Mai Rodriguez is up next. Stay tuned to the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Thanks for making us your lunchtime companion. I'm Chal Lontoc, and that is the Daily Dish. Served!